We are back.
Back.
Hello. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Wednesday night OWCP channel.
Chats
Chats.
with Chris and Gini.
Chris and Gini. Again, live from Park City, our last week here. Super sad. And if you caught us earlier,
It's not our last week. We'll definitely be back.
it's our last week here. If you caught us earlier, we were like playing around outside. So we're having some fun while we're here and relaxing. So tonight, what we're going to do is we're going to have Q&A. You ask, we answer, stump the chump.
You're not going to stump the chump.
We're not going to stump the chump. All righty, Spideys. Let's get to it. All right, while you guys are hopping on, is there any housekeeping?
Yeah, you do the housekeeping. Let me check the settings of this thing while you're doing housekeeping.
I thought I didn't have to do housekeeping.
I know, but now I'm doing this.
Again, the only thing we have that's coming up is just the APW convention in Miami, APW convention in California, and BOP convention in Dallas, the national BOP convention. And we're still iffy if Chris is going to be teaching, so we're just waiting.
I'm not iffy. I'm ready to teach. I want to. I can't wait to. I want to do it so badly. It's my favorite thing. But they're not sure who's going to do the teaching. They have somebody else. Wait, is it AFGE or APW?
Yes, AFGE.
Yeah. Okay, so, yeah, they both have somebody else, and that's good, who does teaching. But sometimes they let me do it, and I hope I get to.
All right, so for some strange reason, Facebook has restricted me from posting any info or pictures or anything for the next 24 hours. I don't understand. I think they said that I'm posting too many pictures.
Yeah, so Facebook is all about posting. But today they're like, hey, you post too much on a platform that gets paid because of people like you that post stuff. Doesn't make any sense. We're gonna
try to fix that.
We have a contact with somebody who's got an inside person at Meta. We're gonna find out why the hell do they keep limiting our ability to post.
All right, so I can only share it to 45 different groups. So
which sounds like a lot, but all the rest of you have to do posting. Otherwise, your friends and family are not gonna be able to see it. Your coworkers won't see it.
There's so many more that I have on my personal page that I have to share, but because I can't do anything, I don't even think this live is streaming from there, but we're going to check. So here we go. So again, tonight is you ask, we answer, Q&A, and let's get started. Well, we've got, first of all, we have Federal Injury Centers of Virginia Beach on. That's Dr. Clark with his case manager, Kate. So if anybody's in the Virginia Beach area,
Chesapeake, Virginia is where the office is.
Yeah.
Chesapeake, Virginia. And by the way, if you're in Virginia, Maryland, DC, and you, if you ever message us and say, I can't find a doctor, my first thing is going to be to teach you how to use Google because we're everywhere in the Virginia, Maryland, DC area. You can not go without help there. And then Dr. Dorfman's on the Federal Injury Centers of Melbourne and Titusville, and he's also part of Orlando, Florida. So, hey, Dave, what's up? Dr. Dorfman is a good friend of mine. He's on tonight watching as well. Everyone say hi to Dave.
Hi, Dave.
What's up, Dave?
And Mercedes. It's obvious Mercedes.
Obviously, say hi.
All right. And we got Federal Injury Centers of Orlando on.
Yeah.
Who else? All right. Let's go in with our first question. Again, if you have any questions, your friends have any questions, or even a union president, we help everybody. Ask away. So the first question tonight is, how long after my MM date do I have to file for a schedule award?
Yeah, you have till death. So it reminds me of like Last of the Mohicans. He said, just stay alive. Well, it's the same thing here. As long as you're still living, you can file your schedule award. That's the rule. It's an awesome thing. It's the only timeline that I know of that is like forever. It's like infinite almost, right? So right. You have as long as you're living. So go ahead and get it done. I don't recommend waiting, but we can hook you up with our attorney friend, Eric Blowers. And if there's a reason to wait, he'll be the first one to tell you.
Yeah.
So that's the answer.
Yeah, Victor, I saw you laughing at me and Chris messing around, like sliding down in the snow. I don't even think he's ever done that.
Look, I'm from Texas. I live in Florida. This Utah snow is something I've had to adapt to, but it's fun.
Yeah.
You can be a kid in the snow.
Yeah. So
Ask her.
see. All right. Let's get those questions, guys. We're on here. No questions. And yes, we are enjoying the cold weather because we know when we come back home, it's going to be
Less than cold.
stupid.
Not
hot.
quite cold.
Right. So go ahead and.
All right, folks. So what questions do you have tonight? You're probably having OWCP problems if you're hurt at work. Everybody that's hurt at work has a problem. And the purpose of this show is to solve those problems before tomorrow. A lot of the serious problems that we talk about on our podcast. You can check our podcast out at the Breaking OWCP podcast with Chris and Gini. Anywhere you get podcasts, the two most famous places are Apple Podcasts and Spotify. But you can get them anywhere. So go check that out. We were on yesterday. Was it yesterday we were on podcast?
Yes.
And talked about timelines. You have 3 years to file, 7 days to get a CA-16, 30 for COP. Your supervisor has 10 days to submit your paperwork. And if your doctor doesn't submit a narrative report within 10 days, you can lose the COP, even though you did everything right. So those are some of the problems that people have related to timelines. You have problems related to supervisors who are jerks, they're dumb or they're playing dumb, and they screw everything up when their entire job is to fill out the paperwork and get out of the way. You have people that say, I don't have to give you a CA-16 because you're not hurt bad enough, as if they have a medical license, which is ridiculous. The law states that you have 4 hours from the claimed injury to get your CA-16. So those are an example of some of the problems that people have. Most of the problems people have are related to doctors, because your doctors don't know how to write proper narratives to get claims accepted. So your claims go denied. 14% of federal employees nationwide have accepted claims. That's not 14% of injuries. That's 14% of total people. The problem is the government doesn't track claims that were approved. They don't track claims that were never attempted. We can never know. So what we do know is that 14% of claims are approved. All right. So there's a lot of problems related to OWCP out there. A lot of them, tons of them. And you're probably sitting at home right now, if you're watching this, you're thinking, well, I had a problem. Is this a dumb question? The answer is no. It's not a dumb question. Let's solve the problem. And that's what we're here for at Wednesday night OWCP Chats with Chris and Gini.
All right, Michael. Hey, Michael.
What's up?
He said, hi, guys. How do you open a closed case from 2013 for a schedule award?
Oh, good news, Michael. If your claim was ever approved, it does not have to be open. You just do the schedule award. So the way this works, and I'm not going to go any deeper into schedule awards than this because it's like this massive rabbit hole. It's super confusing. I understand it, but anything I explain to you, you won't understand. We'll bring Eric Blowers on. He's an expert at this, and we'll have him talk about it some more. But the way this works is your doctor puts you at MMI, maximum medical improvement, and then gives you an impairment rating based on the 6th edition. But guess what? As if it wasn't confusing enough, now they're going to use the 5th and 6th edition to permanent impairment from AMA, and they're going to say whichever one is greater, you get it. That's good for you, but it's more complicated for the doctors and makes it harder for doctors to do impairment ratings. So that's the deal.
Yeah.
How do you open a closed case, though? You don't have to worry about that. You can have your impairment rating.
Yeah. Funny because Eric just called us today and said that he will be coming to see us in Florida in like 2 weeks. We're going to do a bunch of podcasts
about schedule
awards and third party.
Because this is a big topic, especially schedule awards. It's such a big thing. And so we're going to do a series, at least one, but maybe 2 or 3 schedule award podcast episodes. So everybody has a better understanding of how to get their schedule award, because the schedule award is equal to money.
Yeah. Victor said the dumb question is the one that was never asked. Seriously, guys,
right.
ask your questions. All right. Todd said, I was cleared to go back to work by my comp doctor as of 2/3 back on 125. I have yet to receive a job offer for limited duty. Is there a certain time frame they are required to give a job offer? DOL said she usually sees it takes, She usually sees it takes about 2 weeks. Just wondering if there is a specific time frame in case I need to file a grievance for them not providing one. City letter carrier with USPS.
Specific?
Shush. Need to stop.
So the rules on limited duty assignments is they have to make every effort possible to find a limited duty assignment once your claim is accepted. If your claim is not accepted, you have no expectation of getting that limited duty assignment. They're not going to give it to you unless they want to, as management, get fired, right? Yeah. If they want to get fired, they're going to break all the unwritten rules. But to follow the rules, your claim's accepted. They make every effort possible. They give you a written limited duty offer that goes to the claims examiner. The claims examiner reviews it and then says to you, hey, we have what appears to be a good limited duty offer. Take it to your doctor. You have 30 days for your doctor to review it. That's how that works.
Marie Knowles, how are you? It's been a while.
Hey.
I had MMI, couldn't get all my info from eComp. Called DOL for digital records. They claim they only do paperwork now. They sent my records about 500 pages. I have called MMI doctor back twice to ask him if he wants the paperwork. Cannot get him to call me back. If it's one of our offices, let me know. If not, maybe you're just going to have to go in.
So if it's one of our offices, I'd be shocked.
Right.
But if your doctor's not responding, she's right. You got to go into the office and find out what the heck is going on in there. A lot of times the staff in these doctors' offices, and by the way, let me just pause. Many of our offices are on listening tonight. Whatever I say, I'm not talking about you.
Oh, she's in Texas.
Okay. So we can help you in Texas. But a lot of the staff, they're there for paychecks. And they don't care about you. They care about themselves, right? And what am I doing tonight on Friday night?
Unfortunately.
So sometimes you got to get in there and, make things happen. Those of you that know me well know I have a criticism that says if you're stuck at a red light, what do you do? Run the red light.
I mean, I do.
I'll take the ticket. I'm not sitting here all night long. I have to go to the bathroom, right? So you're at a red light. Run the red light.
Jennifer said, I have an injured thumb with an accepted claim, was sent back to work with a mod work assignment saying in a sense, quote, don't use your left hand thumb. So while doing my job as directed, I injured my left bicep and shoulder within a matter of 7 days.
Yeah.
Doctor has taken me off of work again. I was given 3 different directives, CA1, CA2, and CA2A. I filed the CA2 and now everything is stalled. Still haven't received payment from December 2022 through April 2023. And now Monday again. Help, I'm drowning.
Okay, so don't drown. Here's your life preserver. There's a huge difference between a CA1, CA2, and CA2A. A 2A is a recurrence from a past CA1 or 2. If this isn't a recurrence, then that's gone. A CA1 happened in a single shift. A CA2 happened over multiple shifts. So how did this happen? One shift or multiple shifts? Pick one. The other one's gone. Now you're stuck with one. That's it. It's over. That's it. You do the one thing and then go to the doctor. And I hope you can find one of our doctors so you don't have such a big problem.
Kelly Durrett said, good evening. I'm a rural carrier and only working 2 hours a day on limited duty. Supposedly I'm supposed to get paid the other 7 hours from work comp. Am I entitled to get my annual leave and sick leave while I'm only working 2 hours a day? I have not been accruing any annual sick or leave while on limited job duty. Thank you so much for all your info. Well, you're welcome.
Victor, you're here. Tell me how this works. If you're on LWOP, does your sick and annual leave accrue? Okay, that's the question. That's the question. The question is, does my leave accrue? Am I stuck where I was when I got hurt, or does my leave time accrue? Does it grow? That's the question she's got. I'm not sure about that.
But she's a rural carrier. Victor's APW.
Victor, answer the question. Yeah, he definitely knows the answer.
Victor said, Chris Helms, please explain who accepts the limited duty assignment. Not for me. I know the answer.
Who accepts the limited duty assignment?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, of course you know. So the limited duty assignment first starts with a claims examiner who says, hey, I think we have a valid job offer. And then the doctor reviews it and says, yep, you're right. It's a valid job offer. And then the injured worker accepts the limited duty offer. The thing is that if it's a valid offer, you have to accept it. You have to. All right. It is up to you to review it with your doctor after your claims examiner says, we think this is a good offer. And if it's not, then you have another 2 weeks to figure it out. But that's how that works.
We have Federal Injury Centers of Columbus, Ohio on tonight. If anybody's in the Columbus area and needs help, give them a call.
What's up, Dr. Brooks, Amy?
Amy just listed the number there, and all of our offices will take new claims, denied claims, closed claims, and any other claims that I can
CA1, CA2s, closed, denies. We don't care. We know what to do with them.
Marie Knoll said, so take the paperwork to the doctor for 500
Oh,
pages.
absolutely. Absolutely. Now, some doctors don't want to review it. And I understand that because remember that one time Miss Harper, I had her hard drive?
Yes. It was over 1,000 pages.
Yeah, it was over 1,100 pages. And during dinner,
1,100.
while they were eating dinner, I was still reviewing Mrs. Harper's documentation. So you have to be willing to read 1,000 pages of stuff, right? Some doctors aren't. Our doctors are. We have a case manager like Amy in Columbus, Ohio, that is happy to review everything all the time.
Right. Tom said, claim has been accepted and doctor sent in updated CA-17s for restrictions. Just haven't heard from management yet. Should I get with the union now or wait a little more time for a job offer? Been almost 2 weeks.
No, get with the union now. Yesterday, 2 days ago. So I'm a big proponent of unions. Every time I say that, somebody will jump on and go, oh, you're in the union's back pocket. No, it's just I understand the value of the unions. Who else is going to fight for you? I wish I could, but I can't. You know, I can do what I do. When you walk into your agency, your union is there to protect you. So, yeah, right away, get with your union. Right away.
Oh. Brenda said, when a $24.99 is issued, what's the minimum number of hours can you work? If the doctor states 4, 5, or 6 hours a day, can they only grant you 1 hour a day? And where can I find the language?
So the answer is yes, they can. Let's say the doctor says you can work 4 hours. And the agency says, well, we've found 2 hours of work. Okay, you work your 2 hours, you go home, you go on LWOP and you get paid the rest. You can be granted a half an hour. You can be. It's whatever's available that's valid. Remember, the claims examiner also has to agree that it's a valid job offer.
Yeah.
Right. And the rest of the hours you're going to get paid LWOP and you'll get paid like almost automatically.
Johnny, first and foremost, I submit a pre-designation form at any job to avoid all the BS red tape. It allows me to see my own doctors.
Well, you can see your own doctor anyways because that's the law. But if you've got a thing that like makes you feel good about it, that's good. But Johnny, the law says you have the right to choose your own doctor, period. Nobody can get in the way of that right. They can't make you go to their doctor or any doctor employed or contracted by the agency. And they have to get out of your way. It's your right. And just, by the way, Victor says that sick and annual leave do not accrue when you're out of work. They're basically frozen until you come back.
Oh, and he also said each USPS union is different.
But you have to work to get your annual and sick leave. That's what he said.
Judy Lynn, where can I find a $24.99?
Well, that's a USPS form.
Just go $24.99 USPS on Google and you will find it there.
So I agree. In fact, I love that answer. I wish I would have thought of it. Go to Google and search USPS Form 2499. USPS Form 2499. You will find a PDF of that.
Yeah. Miss Jones, I'm receiving OWCP. I put in for disability retirement, was approved by the post office, waiting on Social Security. Will I still be able to receive my schedule award for my injury? I am FERS.
Yes. As long as you're still alive, your claim was ever approved, you can get your schedule award. Now, hear what I just said. Everybody listen. If your claim was approved and you're still living, you're eligible for a schedule award.
Yeah.
And if you're here listening to me and you're not still living, call me tomorrow because we got to work this out.
Oh my God, okay. Alicia said the answer to the question regarding leave is no. You do not acquire leave when you are on OWCP roll.
Right. You got to go back to work and then it starts accruing again.
Ian Key. Had an approved OWCP left knee injury. They never fixed my knee and closed the case. Tried to do a reoccurrence and it was denied. Same knee getting worse. Now my right knee is starting to have issues from supporting my left one. Walking around with one knee brace on both knees. What do I do? Can I go straight to your office in Georgia?
Absolutely. So I can answer that question. So can Dr. Cooper in Georgia. But what I heard is like 3 things. I had one injury and it was denied. Or I don't know if it was denied, but then we want to do a recurrence from that. And then also we have a consequential injury, which means like one knee hurts or the other one hurts. This is not the most complicated thing I've ever heard. It's actually pretty simple. Go see Dr. Cooper for sure.
Yeah.
Both knees will get approved. I'll say that. Both knees get approved, but they can't get approved if they're not valid. I'm not saying they're not. Like, obviously, you probably work for the post office, you walk 10 miles a day, and your knees hurt. But if, if hypothetically, and this is a teaching moment, if hypothetically you hurt your knee rock climbing, okay, that's not going to get approved. I just want to say, like, because if I say it will definitely get approved and you were a rock climber, you can't come back and get mad at me. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because not rock climbing. I don't think you climb rocks to deliver mail. Probably not.
Victor said, why rural carrier working only 2 hours a day? Was rural carrier injured on the clock or off the clock? And then Kelly said, I was hurt on the clock.
Yeah, and what's kind of baffling to me is the vast majority of rural carriers we know are not offered limited duty.
Right.
They're said, well, you're a rural carrier, go home. And so they just get paid to be home, which I think sucks. I like you to go to work. That's just my thing. I want you to get back. You didn't sign up to be a rural carrier to get hurt or to be crippled. I hate that. And I think the system is set up so that you just sit home. I hate that a lot.
I know. Mamie Rogers.
Maybe.
What FIC near Connecticut performs the functional capacity test?
I don't know any FICs near Connecticut.
I mean, you can drive to Norwood or...
She's already going to Norwood.
Oh,
I don't know anybody near Connecticut.
Jennifer said, as a rural carrier on OWCP, does our pay rate stay the same as when we went off work, or does our salary fluctuate with what our route does after each RRECS mini count? That seems to be the problem on their end, trying to figure out how much to pay me.
Okay, so RRECS, I once read a book that said don't give acronyms to people that don't know your acronyms. I'm not a federal employee. I don't know what RRECS means, but I can tell you this. You're going to be stuck at your pre-injury pay rate unless two things happen. Victor, check me on this. Unless two things. One, you go back to work for, I think, 6 months. Or two, full duty. Two, there's like a pay raise that goes like system-wide. Everyone gets the same 3% pay raise. And then you're eligible, obviously.
Oh, Victor said that's the problem with rural carriers, their union contract.
I can't get into that because I've read the union contract, but I don't feel like it's a good idea for me to criticize it here because I'm not part of that union.
Maybe said, I'm willing to travel. Can you recommend a facility?
I'm sorry, I can't. Like, I know the ones I know. Google probably has recommendations, but I only know what I know.
Yeah. Tammy Wilkes. Is stress due to a hostile work environment claimable? I walked out today due to it. Oh.
It can be. Look, I love can and can't questions because it can be, but it depends on what happened. It really depends. I can't say absolutely yes, but I can say absolutely it can be. I'd have to hear more of the story, and you're welcome to message us right here on Messenger.
Mary said, if I go to a different doctor to get me an MRI for my neck, can I claim that in OWCP? Approved shoulder injury, done surgery, but my neck is killing me so bad. Need to get me an MRI to add it to my case. Please help. Can I submit expense with OWCP?
The answer to all can questions are yes, you can. It all has to be approved first. It has to be accepted by the claims examiner. And then all the can questions are yes, it can be.
Alicia is on.
Come on. What's up?
She said, if you have retired from your agency, how long do you have to file a new claim, CA2?
Oh, Alicia, why'd you come and ask that question?
Alicia, you should know that.
Why'd you ask that question? Okay, so you have 3 years from the date you knew it was work-related. That's the rule.
That's it.
The Code of Federal Regulations is not. That's not it.
No, I mean, that's what you're saying.
In the Code of Federal Regulations, it essentially says you have 3 years from the date you knew it was work-related. But I have never seen somebody get a claim approved after they retired.
Right. Alicia said, no, don't be sorry.
No, look, I'm sorry because I've never seen anybody get a claim approved after retirement. However, There are no rules, laws, or regulations that prevent you from filing that claim. You are not going to be penalized because you filed it. The only penalty they can give you is a denial. So go for it. Be the first.
Nestor, how are you? He said, I have 2 surgeries already on my ankle. I've been out for 2 years. The surgeon sent me to do an MRI and still show that my ankle is still swelling and it's painful. My doctor also sent me to do an MRI for the right knee because it's swelling and painful. What should I do? Should I get a lawyer or wait for the doctor to tell me?
Don't get a lawyer. Definitely get a doctor. And not making fun, but MRIs don't have to show you your ankle is swollen. Just look at it.
Right.
Look, it's swollen. But yeah, your doctor does that. Definitely don't get a lawyer. The lawyers we know, and we know all of them, would not take that case because you just need a good doctor that can write a narrative.
Yes.
And ours can do that, but maybe there's others. I don't know of any of them. If you find some, tell them I said hi.
John Reverend, what up?
What up, John?
He said, no, it
Keep
doesn't.
the flies, keep the airways safe.
Oh, I was like, wait, what? All right, what
John's
else?
with
we got?
TSA.
Yeah, I know. We have anything else? AJ!
AJ, what's up? Hey!
AJ, your boy here is wanting to train OWCP
In the entire
in
state
Miami.
of Florida.
So,
yeah,
figure it out.
Make it
the
happen.
2 of you.
Make it happen. Now, I know, AJ, I know you guys have your OWCP guy, and I think he's freaking cool.
Yeah, we love him.
And I know he's got his girl that he loves to train with him.
But we're doing great.
Make an exception is the point I'm making.
She's got
I know her. She's good.
She's a personal friend of ours. AJ, we are doing great. We're having fun in the snow, and we're getting sad.
We slid down a hill today in the snow.
Yeah.
Slid all the way down it.
We're getting sad slowly. We're going to have to be leaving Sunday night.
Make it happen, Victor.
Yeah. We were trying to make it happen. What else? What else do we have today, folks? Nobody has any OWCP questions?
Nah, none of you have any OWCP problems. You don't even have friends that had OWCP problems. None of them.
No?
No, because your supervisors are all really smart. They're caring. They want the best for you. Oh, what's Crystal going to say?
So it doesn't. Okay, so it takes a while for it to pop on the phone. All right. Crystal said, so a second opinion doctor declared me at MMI, and the claims examiner had told USPS to offer me light modified duty, but in USPS continuously submitting offers at OWCP rules as unsuitable. I've deteriorated, and I have had more conditions accepted to my claim and still waiting for another to be accepted. Thanks to FIC Charlotte. Is there anything that I can do in this situation? I'm a rural carrier, by the way.
Yeah.
Ask away, AJ.
No. Let me answer that question.
I know. I want to see her question.
Make your union fight for you. So look, I don't understand the rural carrier union contract. I don't understand it. I don't get it. Like I used to teach rural carriers, right? Like 3 years ago, I was teaching all over rural carriers. And then I got like told to stop, like cease and desist, because all you do is talk about grievances. Well, hell, your supervisors are kicking your ass.
Okay.
Hell, and kicking your ass.
Oh.
And so I don't know what to do. I think you're gonna have to get your union to fight for you, because that's the only way. It's the only way. And that's not hating on them. Like I love the rural carrier union, but you guys are like, you got one arm tied behind your back that the other postal unions don't have. And that's just my opinion. It's a humble opinion. It's based on no expertise. I'm not an expert in your union contract. I only know a few people in your union. I understand OWCP, but I know rural carriers, but I don't understand rural carriers. But if I were one of you, I'd want somebody to kick ass for me. And who's doing that? And maybe somebody is, and I'd contact that person.
Yeah. AJ said, what happens when someone reaches their MMI and still has restrictions? Oh, that's a great question, actually.
Well, I mean, your limited duty assignment can last forever. I know people that have been on a limited duty assignment that became permanent, but because they had strong union leadership, they were able to get stuff done. And I believe that's why it happened.
Yeah.
Because I don't think management wants you there after you're hurt. That's what I think. It's just my opinion. I've never spoken to a manager that said that. It's just what I think from like thousands of people that I've helped.
Kenneth said, my doctor's, excuse me, my doctor restrictions, no driving, pushing, or pulling 10 pounds. Second opinion said, light work 10 pounds. How long does second opinion last? TTO for PO. What's TTO? Again, the acronyms.
No, that's fine. So how long does a second opinion last? As long as it lasts. I mean, there's no rule for that. And I've read all the rules. I have a binder at home in my office that's just second opinion rules. I know everything about it. And it lasts as long as it lasts until something else happens. But it sounds like your second opinion doctor agreed with your treating doctor. And I can tell you that's like a rare thing. That's like a unicorn.
Yeah. What is MMI?
It stands for maximum medical improvement. It's a medical decision that says you're as good as you're going to get medically. There's nothing else we can do to help you. You're MMI.
Yeah.
This is where you are.
Victor, if you live in Florida, and are a part of APW, try to go to APW Florida State Convention and Seminar in Miami, April 2024. And it's not try to go. You should
Freaking go.
definitely be there. Number one, it's in Miami.
And seriously, it's in Miami.
Yeah.
We're going to be there.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. We're going to be there.
Yeah. And remember, those of you that are at the convention will actually get a volume 4 book.
The 25 things you can do to win an OWCP. That's Breaking OWCP Volume 4. And if you don't have it and you're struggling with OWCP, it's because you don't have it. If you don't have it and you're struggling, it's because you don't have it. Go to www.breakingowcp.com and you will get, what's my experience since 2007? You'll get all of those years of experience in a very small book that are called the 25 things you can do to win an OWCP. And that is written for people that don't have doctors, like Federal Injury Centers doctors.
And let us be clear on that. Since he wrote that book, he actually helped this lady in Iowa, where we are still looking for a doctor.
There's no doctor.
And her claim got accepted because
She followed the book.
She followed the book and told her doctor, like she literally sent Chris like this long message. And Chris is like, get the book and then, tell your doctor this, and this, whatever. It's his medical decision, obviously. And she got her claim accepted. So the volume 4 book is very, very good for those of you that we cannot reach yet.
Couldn't have said that better.
Kenneth Giles said tractor trailer operator, because you asked him what he does.
Dang, man. That's a big job.
Samara Marie, how are you?
What's up?
Says, what happens if a second opinion disagrees with my doctor? And we hear that all the time because 90% of them do.
Okay, so that's funny. A better question is, what happens if they agree? I mean, we just heard the one up there.
Yeah.
And that's funny. That's like the unicorn. But the rule states this. If the second opinion doctor and the treating physician doctor's opinions disagree, if there's a conflict in any way, the claims examiner takes the weight of the narrative report and says, which one weighs more? Which one seems more likely? And that's the one they take. And when they're not sure which one, they send it to what's called a referee doctor. And the referee doctor is like the final say. So you want your treating doctor to write great narratives with great information, great detail that explains things in great detail, because obviously the second opinion doctor spent 5 minutes with you, never looked up, didn't read anything, and just wrote a report that was probably a canned report from some freaking program that they bought from some vendor that spits out narrative reports.
Yeah. Jennifer also said, how do we get compensated for travel to and from your offices? Well, my travel was 492 miles round trip, and they want to know why. Telling them because no doctor in my area would see me with a non-accepted claim, and you have no offices in Michigan yet.
That's right. Well, the rule states that they'll pay you up to 100 miles round trip. They're not required to pay 101. In fact, if it's 101, they don't have to pay you the first 100 and not pay you the one. They just won't pay any of it. You can call in advance and get pre-authorization, but your claims examiner is very likely to say, well, find somebody closer. And well, if I could find somebody closer, I probably would have, because, I'm not dumb and I like things that are in my best interest, and driving that far is not in my best interest. And so I say all that to say this. It's another criticism. The pain of the drive is often far less than the pain of the injury.
Yeah.
And you got to make a personal decision. Do I need to get paid for the miles, or do I need my claim accepted? And I want to have an office near you. We just don't. So you have to make a personal decision. I'm not telling you to come to us. I'm saying that's how you decide.
Oh, and just to let you guys know, if you missed last week's chats, we actually went over all the forums. Like if you guys are asking about mileage and reimbursement, if you guys want, you can go back to last week's chats, and we like talked about 10 or 11 different forms.
The OWCP, oh my God. 957. I almost said 24.99. Thank you, USPS. 957.
So we talked about
is a mileage reimbursement.
The OWCP 957 and 915. So last week's chats was really good because we went into detail on about, like I said, 10, 11 different forms.
They're all really good.
Yeah. Jennifer said, and they aren't good with that answer.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
No, I know. I get it 100%.
Victor said, to the new people here, you can choose your own doctor.
Yep.
He's absolutely right. We drill that in everybody's ears.
And you know what? What's funny about that is, let's say you live in Florida. You can choose a doctor in Alaska, Hawaii, or Maine if you want to. The rule doesn't say you have the right to initial selection of physician as long as it's close to you. It says you have the right to initial selection of physician. A separate rule dictates how they pay for travel. They don't have to pay for travel, but they can't forbid you from going to that doctor. So that's why I say it's a personal decision.
Yeah.
I'm not advocating that you drive on your dime to go to a doctor far away just because it's federal injury centers. I'm not saying that. In fact, yesterday.
Oh yeah, listen to this.
Yesterday, somebody emailed me, and I hope she's here tonight, but I'm not going to say her name. She emailed me and said, she showed me her denial letter from OWCP, and I read the denial letter. I never met her, but she had my email. I have no idea who she is.
We don't know who she is.
But I'm not greedy. I'm not here for money. I'm here to help. Like your stories actually touch me. I have so many of them that just bring tears to my eyes. And I read her denial letter, and the denial letter screamed, "My doctor sucks. My doctor sucks." That's what the denial letter said to me.
Yep.
And I said, okay, your problem is your doctor is writing bad narrative reports. I can help you. We have an office. I said, here's my closest office. And my closest office was 2 hours and 50 minutes away. But then before I sent that email, I went online and I Googled, and I found an office that was half an hour away. I said, this isn't my office, but I know these people. Go there. So I want the best for you. Sometimes you got to drive 3 hours.
Yeah. And
but I don't want you to.
We always, when people ask us if you don't have a clinic there, like I'll send them the link because we don't refer. You choose whatever office is close. We will tell them, hey, there's this person in this city, or, you may want to try. We never say go to them. All we can say is there is an office, because God forbid we tell you to go there, you go there and get screwed up. You guys are going to blame us.
I'm going to give you some inside information that I promise you nobody would give. We own a business called Federal Injury Centers. Federal Injury Centers is a franchise with
54 offices.
54 offices in 25 or 26 states. And obviously it benefits us for you to go to our offices, but it benefits you because your claim gets accepted and you don't get screwed over.
And you never have to pay a dime out of your pocket.
But my web guy, who makes all the websites from all the offices of all the franchisees, makes websites for other doctors in other areas too. And I can tell you, you can search, write this down. If you don't have something, I'm going to give you a minute.
I'll tell it to me and I'll pay.
No.
Oh.
I'm gonna wait a second. Pull out your notes on your iPhone. Get a piece of paper. If you got your laptop in front of you, pull up a Word document or email yourself. This is your Google search.
Sure. Search. I'm going to type this in.
On Google.
Search Google.
This is your search term. Exactly. Don't veer from this at all. Your search is OWCP, work injury doctor, and your city and state. OWCP, work injury doctor, city, state. Now, if you're near us, you're finding me. That's how it goes, because we want you to find us. We're trying to get you to get the help you need. But if you're like this lady that I emailed with, she wasn't close. And if she would have searched like I did, work injury doctor, OWCP, work injury doctor, city, state, she would have found this office that I told her to find. So I sent her a link and said, just call these people. They're going to get your claim accepted. Yeah. And I knew it. So I know that we get like 98% of claims accepted. But there are another 2% of dollars do it. So just search it and see what happens.
Yeah.
That's the main thing. Search and see what happens. And if you don't find anything, then drive, right? Drive and find us. We're a work of people that want to help you. And that's just how it is.
I mean, at one time, we had 11 people from South Carolina coming down to one of our offices in Florida every 2 weeks.
Until we got a South
Carolina office. We were like, we cannot have these people drive from South Carolina to Florida every 2 weeks.
But to be clear, we got a South Carolina office, a North Carolina office, 3 Jacksonville offices,
Georgia,
a Melbourne office, Atlanta office, now an Orlando office. So like it's going to drive 13 hours or whatever that is.
Yep. Andra said, I had a rotator cuff surgery in 2000. My shoulder is hurting again. What would I be able to have another surgery if I get compensation again?
So you can have any medical procedure, service, or supply that is medically necessary for your approval. If your claim was closed, you reopen it with a letter of medical necessity. You do a CA2A notice of. Those are the things that help you reopen your claim. And then now everything medically needed to help you will be available to you.
AJ, she said, okay, someone came in my office today with documentation saying they've reached their MI and asked what's next. I told them that management should give them a modified job offer meeting the restrictions, and she has to agree or not, meaning she will have to go back to work according to that offer. They have been out on OWCP for 4 years so far. They were looking to go out on disability.
Well, there's multiple options there. So one, management could give them a permanent limited duty offer, which is, I think, ideal. 2, OWCP could require a retraining to learn a new federal job. 3, disability. But in disability, when you go on federal disability, that's through the Office of Personnel Management, OPM. If you're approved, then in your first year, you only make 60% of your income. In the second year until retirement, you make 40%. But you can do another non-federal job and make another 80% of your previous disability. You could year 2 make 120% of your previous income to do something else. But it's not my preference. I hate disability. The one book of Breaking OWCP I wrote about disability, it was the last chapter. I hate it so much. I don't want you to be disabled from your job. I want you to finish out and go to retirement the way you dreamed of doing when you took the job on day one. So I think for me, that's a last option. But for you, maybe it's the option you have.
And if she wants to go out on disability, have her message me. I will get to Eric or Deborah Hauser.
These are federal lawyers we know and trust that are awesome.
Yeah. So we have 2 that we trust to the max. So
we have others that we know.
Yeah, others that we know. But what we do is we either give it to Eric and he gives it to the other attorneys, or Deborah.
Right, because the other ones we know are ones that maybe Eric and Deborah trust.
Yeah.
Right. So anyways.
Samira said, and hi, I hope you're enjoying the snow. We don't have any left in Michigan. You don't? It's snowing since yesterday, and it hasn't stopped snowing.
And she's definitely enjoying the snow.
I'm like a 5-year-old in snow. I'm 48 years old, and I'm like making snow angels and throwing snowballs and sliding down hills.
And look at me. Obviously, I'm 38 years old, and I'm getting to know the snow.
38? He missed a few years. 49, folks. Penny said, I was able to get into your Federal Injury Centers of Chicago last week. Let me just say that they are amazing, and I'm hopeful now of getting my claim fully accepted. From the time I walked in to the time I walked out was the most amazing doctor visit I have ever had. I cried tears of joy and relief that someone actually listened to me and cared. I am feeling blessed. Thank you for all and everything you do and getting this information out. I will have to drive almost 6 hours one way, but it's worth it. Oh my God, that gave me goosebumps.
So
Dr. Archuleo and his team, they're awesome.
So Dr. Archuleo in Chicago, I've known him for a little while. I've known him longer than he's been part of the franchise. Yeah, we've known of each other. We've interacted a little bit. But one thing about him is he and I see eye to eye on the best way to run a medical practice. And he's really, really good at it. So if you're in the Chicagoland area, That's where you go.
Just to let you guys know, I just pinned when Chris is saying if you're looking for an OWCP doctor. So it's search Google OWCP work injury doctor and your city and state. So I just pinned it down below if you didn't have a piece of paper and pencil.
But that's how you find a doctor. Most people don't understand how Google works. The algorithm for Google is so funny. And I can't go into it here because it's like an hour-long thing. But if you type those words in, you will find people that want to be found. Bottom line.
Victor said, how long would it take for you guys to have all offices in all 50 states? I mean, it's funny because we have 54 and it's only in 24 states. Joe is, I think he said he has 10 possible hot leads.
2 years.
So
2 years to have all 50 states. It's going to take 2 more years, all 50. We're in half of the states now, but Hawaii, Alaska, they're going to be tricky.
Yeah.
South Dakota, North Dakota, Montana are going to be tricky because they're low population states that I love.
And it's not anything, we're not
states that I love.
It's just a low populated state.
I love those states, but they're low populated states. They're harder to get into. There's areas of Texas that are tricky, but also Texas doctors commit so much fraud, such jerks.
Yeah.
And so that's tricky too. But I think no more than 2 years will be in all 50 states.
Alicia, if you are on OWCP roll and you didn't have dependents at the time of the injury, and now you recently acquired dependents, marriage and children, etc., are you entitled to the rate of pay for dependents 75%, or will it remain at the rate of pay with no dependents?
Your dependent status changes as dependent status changes.
Hope you understood that. If not, just text me.
It just changes. Like, let's say some of your kids like grow up and move out of the house. You have less dependents. You bring more dependents in. Now you have more dependents. It's on today's number of dependents.
Victor said, to any federal employees here from Central Florida, there's a new office in downtown Orlando. Yes, there is. Thank you, Victor.
And by the way, that office with Dr. Lee, Dr. Kammerer, Dr. K. Don't mistake that for the other one that you've all heard of. Or Dr. Dorfman. And Dr. Dorfman. That's going to be a powerhouse office. They're going to probably, I think, get more claims accepted than any place else in the country.
Angela Evans said, thank you so much for the FIC in South Carolina.
Yeah, aren't they great?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, they're incredible.
Have you guys seen the pictures that I've been posting that Wendy sends me? And if you guys are in South Carolina, there is a Federal Injury Centers of Greenville, South Carolina. Go on there and look at all the accepted claims. This office gets at least a claim a day almost, but every week they have somebody accepted.
But the thing with them, like, so Wendy's awesome. All right. They've got great, licensed providers that do the treatment, the work and stuff.
And everybody is friendly from the time you walk into the door. We walked in, they didn't know who we were at the beginning.
Dr. Mills, who owns the place. Awesome doctor. He's been around. Okay. Yeah. He's a wealth of knowledge. And his wife, Beth, like, if you look at her in her eyes, she's intense. She's intense. Like, I think she could coach a Super Bowl. She's intense.
Who?
Beth.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
She could win at coaching any Super Bowl team. She's intense. And that's a winning office. If you're anywhere in South Carolina, like, that's where you go.
Yeah. Victor said, congratulations to AJ Johnson, Jacksonville APW president, for winning the election. We're so excited. You guys know we had her on like maybe a month or two back, but she came on and she just let everybody know why you should choose her as your Jacksonville APW president.
Somebody said to me, "Hey, Chris, are you worried? What if she loses and it hurts your business?" I said, "Wait a minute.
It's okay."
No. It wouldn't be okay if she lost.
No, not that.
But the thing is I'm loyal and she's my friend and I believe in her. Like, I've seen her in action.
Yep.
People they gravitate to her. She's magnetic.
Yeah.
She walks through a crowd and everyone wants a piece of AJ. And, that's a clue. That's a clue. So to the people that said to me, are you worried about it? No, I'm not worried about it.
No,
not at all.
Hey, she said, thanks. I'll have to contact her. Carmen Sanchez, how do I add my hip to an existing claim?
Well, it has to be related to the existing claim. And then it's called a consequential injury. It's like the knee thing that we talked about earlier. My right knee is injured and now my left knee hurts. But if my right knee was never hurt, my left knee would be fine because I wouldn't be limping. So it's called a consequential injury.
Okay. Prince Charles. Oh, hello.
Well, righty.
How cute. I got hurt at work and they filed a claim but coded it as no time lost, first aid completed, injury claim completed. And I was never given a claim number or a letter at my house, and I'm doing therapy as we speak.
ecomp.dol.gov. If you have not filed for ecomp, and look, a lot of people have injuries that were pre-ecomp. They did everything by paper.
Yeah.
ecomp.dol.gov. Go log in. Create an account. It's 2 pages on an internet page. You like username, password, and just like fill in your information that only you know: last name, first name, social, birth date, and then you'll have access to your entire case file. Every document that's ever been uploaded to OWCP will be there.
Yep. AJ, FYI, grand opening 3/9. We'll talk later. Oh, crap. Yes, we are going to have to talk about that.
We'll be there.
What you're going to have to choose.
We'll be there.
Okay. Diane, our post office building is going through the 10-year plan. They are trying to downsize. They are talking about accessing. I am on limited duty. Can they touch someone that isn't on OWCP? I'm a clerk.
Wait, what?
Here, let me read.
I'm sorry, like that one threw me off. Our post office building is going through the 10-year plan. I don't know what that means. They're trying to downsize. Well, I know what that means. They're talking about accessing. Okay. I'm on limited duty. Can they touch someone that is on OWCP? I'm a clerk. Holy crap. This is Stump the Chump night.
Oh, did we stump
No.
the oh.
So you're on OWCP. Your claim's approved. I think you're safe. But I'm going to dial a lifeline. Victor, you're APW. Answer that. I think you're safe.
Yeah, Victor.
But Victor, reach out to this person and you guys talk. Trust me, when you talk to Victor, you will hang up the phone and be like, all right, I'm fine. I'm good.
Todd said, I watched your show last week on the forum.
Thank you.
Super informative and helpful. Can you review my question a little above? Did we already answer it? Because you guys are like posting the questions and they're going by real quick, but I'm only seeing them now. So just give us a minute, okay? So if we didn't answer your question yet, Todd, please let us know again.
And Samir Marie says they can still access your job if you're on OWCP. So this is, I don't know. This is you're on OWCP, but it's not an actual OWCP question. So in technicality, I've not been stumped, but now I got to know the answer.
Yeah. Victor, AJ's on here. She's the president.
And Samir Marie answered too. So let's all just get together and figure out what the answer is.
And this is why we like it when on the chats, because there are certain things that you can only deal with your union stuff, and it has nothing to do with us training you.
AJ said yes, they can also be accessed. That's the answer.
And she's a president of APW, so that is the right answer.
She's the Supreme Queen president of APW, located in Jacksonville, Florida.
The Supreme Queen.
Yeah.
Oh. The Orlando FIC office, in case anybody is interested.
Phone numbers listed.
Phone numbers 407-412-5567.
And
there.
If you don't mind me saying, if you're not interested and you're hurt and you're in Orlando, then you don't like yourself.
Rachel Reeves, hey, from Tennessee. Hey, Rachel, how are you?
Somebody answer. I think Samir Marie has a great answer to this question. Let me ask it. What does excess mean in this context?
Yeah.
Excess is strictly by seniority. What does excess mean? Does that mean like you get to get canned? What does that mean? You're an excess employee, you're gone? What does that mean?
For me, it sounds like you're canned, but it could mean something else.
And Joe's on. Great program tonight. Thank you, Joe.
Joe, okay, those of you that are asking for locations, always attack Joe.
Joseph Giampa.
Joseph
Giampa is my business partner.
And
he's the reason we have 50 whatever offices in 20 whatever states.
And the one's coming.
Where do you want an office? Tell Joe. Just at Joseph Giampa. And tell him what areas you need offices at.
AJ said, thanks, Chris. Girl.
Well, you're very welcome.
Wow. No, just joking.
She knows I love her.
Alicia Mendez said, Juanita and the team out in Dallas, Texas are awesome. They really care about their clients. Thanks for all you do. You're very welcome. They're a great office.
So that McKinney office is 10 minutes away from where I grew up as a little boy in Princeton, Texas. So that office is special to me because it reminds me of my, childhood.
Samira Marie says, excess is strictly by seniority. AJ said, accessing happens according to positions, not people, no matter the restrictions.
So define accessing. Can somebody just help me out?
So Samira said they're downsizing, so they move people through another building that needs people. So accessing, it means to move them.
Check out what Joe said there.
Okay, so I can't see that yet.
It's YouTube. Coming soon to the Villages, Florida. Orthopedic and PT to help Coleman Prison.
Oh, Coleman, yes. So
Thank
we
you,
are. That's awesome, Joe. So a lot of you.
It's like 1,400 prison workers that don't have any help.
Yeah. So all of you in the Ocala area, Joe just announced it that the Villages in Ocala, which is his own little city, the Villages, is having an office there soon. So get ready. We are gearing up. We're listening to you, and whatever you guys are asking for locations, trust me, I write them down and we email them over to Joe. So he is working very hard on that.
And Samir Marie said they're downsizing, so they move people through another building that needs people. That's accessing. Okay, yeah. Thank you so much.
So access means they start at the bottom of seniority list and offer them a job within 50 miles.
Okay.
And then Victor said, I can send you accessing contract language, article APW 12. Yeah, just send it, Chris, at federalinjurycenters.com.
Thanks, Victor.
What else? I saw on here your friend Jerry Jones popped on.
Jerry was here. So I went to college with Jerry Jones. He lives in
that.
Kansas City. Go Chiefs. I don't have a dog in the fight, but my buddy that I went to college with lives in Kansas City. So go Chiefs.
Yeah. Okay.
If you're from California, you love San Francisco, don't hate on me for that. I can't love them. I'm a Cowboys fan. I just can't. It's not my fault. I was born into it. That's how it goes. So go Chiefs.
All right. Let's see. Oh, 29 comments here. Holy cow. Matt Hobbs. Hi, Kristen. Oh, Dr. Hobbs from Salt Lake City.
Hey, what's up?
Okay, let me go. There's a whole bunch of questions here.
Dr. Hobbs is a doctor of physical therapy, and he runs the PT show in the Cottonwood Heights, Utah Federal Injury Center's office.
FIC of
and
Cottonwood Heights.
He's awesome. He's actually really fun to talk to, too. He's not just like a PT, like, oh, great, go get stretched out and worked out. He's fun to talk to.
Smart, too.
He's a smart guy.
Smart and funny.
If you're in Utah and you're struggling with an OWCP claim,
go see them. Dr. Wood and Kathy and Dr.
I said
Hobbs.
earlier, Google OWCP work injury doctor and then your city in Utah. You'll find them.
Kim Van Orman said, you two are absolutely amazing. It's worth it. I would have lost everything if not for them. Oh, Kim.
I can't allow you to lose anything.
I thank you.
Much less everything.
I thank you so much for what you do.
Well, you're very welcome. Thanks for being here. Tell your friends, because you and all of you watching, you all have a friend or three that are having this problem and don't know we're doing this tonight.
Yeah.
All of you can tell at least one person, but probably 3 or 5, that we're doing this, and they can get the same help you're getting, Kim. And then nobody has the problems they're having tomorrow that they're having tonight.
Yeah. Carly, we can't wait to see you in San Francisco in a few months.
Carly is the cutest thing
she
ever.
Is. And her speech when she was talking, this brought tears to everybody's eyes in that room.
So Carly, so you know, I've retooled my California presentation, and you'll be doing half of it. I'll sit down, drink water and stuff. So we'll talk about it tomorrow.
Dr. Hobbs said, welcome
She's gonna
home.
freak out. Yeah, man.
Oh, I am so glad to be home. It's been the best 2 weeks so far. We have 4 or 5 more days and then we head home. But I've had the best time this year. I think I say that every year, but it's been really, really heartfelt this time.
You know what? We've been to a lot of places thanks to Federal Injury Centers. We travel all over the country. It feels like all over the world, but country. And Texan. I'm a diehard Texan. Am I a diehard Texan?
Yeah.
I'm Texan. And if you don't say Texan, like I say, you're wrong. But I love Florida. I love Florida. I've been going to Florida since I was 22, working for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I love Florida. And I've been all over the country. I love Alabama.
Yeah. Oh, we love Alabama. We love Birmingham.
Alabama is the salt of the earth.
Yeah.
I love Alabama. I mean, I can keep going, but Utah is my favorite place in the world.
Carly said, DeJoy wants to consolidate post offices all over the country. Well,
I don't have an opinion about that guy. I'm pulling for you.
Mike Ricks. Hey.
What's up, Ricks?
Hi, Chris. Gini, y'all rock. Just wanted to say hi. Thanks, Mike.
Come see us, Ricks. Come see us.
Ed, let's get some billing done while listening to you both. Good job.
So Ed works for Federal Injury Centers, and all the Federal Injury Centers offices do billing through Federal Injury Centers. And why? Great question. Because we value compliance. We don't allow anything to go out that's not totally clean. And Ed is the compliance guru of OWCP.
And Christina.
But Ed's here.
Yeah.
And Christina, of course. But
Oh, Francis.
and Francis.
Yeah.
Okay, look, everybody's not mad because I say one name. I love them all. But yeah, Ed, make sure, like, you all have heard stories about compliance problems. Those don't happen here. And the vast majority of the reason that's the case is because of Ed.
Yeah.
And his team, Christina, Francis, everybody. So, Ed makes sure that we do everything clean so none of you look over your shoulders tomorrow.
Yes. All right, let me get back. I'm going back and forth, and I don't know why I'm not seeing those questions.
Hello from Nina at FIC McAllen, Texas. So Nina's been with us for a couple of years, and so she just branched out and went to McAllen, Texas. That's a border state in Texas, and there's a lot of people Border Patrol, ICE, postal employees, VA employees, a lot of people down there that need help and haven't had it. The sad thing is there was a doctor in McAllen that recently got busted for fraud, which, by the way, thank you, Ed. That'll never happen to us. But it's just crazy how many people just get greedy and say, well, I want more. Well, I'll tell you what, I want more too. I want more approved claims. I want more people not losing to this system.
Yeah.
More people not getting hurt by the system. And so McAllen, Texas, you've got somebody else now.
Okay. Victor said he sent you the contract language.
Thank you.
Todd said, my claim was approved with a date injury February 2019 because I had the same issue with an MRI and other tests, and I provided proof. I didn't go through OWCP at the time because I didn't know. Can I request reimbursement for those expenses I paid out of pocket back in 2019? It's an approved CA2.
Okay, it's approved. All the answers are yes. But you've got a complicated situation. So I'd like you to send us a message and have somebody reach out to you and walk you through what you got to do.
Yeah. Anybody have any other issues outside of what you're talking about here that's maybe private, just message us after the live.
Yeah, we have a whole staff of people that are here to help you. It's free to you. Nobody will ever charge you anything. All right.
Yeah.
This is really important. We understand how bad the system is. And so we have somebody that'll help you. Send us a private message. We'll help you out.
Oh my gosh. Victor said Florida are the cutest people. Yes, we are, Victor.
Well, you should see me when I'm in Florida not wearing the snowsuit.
Victor said, because both of you are in Utah, you should end this live chat with a drink or a shot. How many offices did you say were in Jacksonville?
3. And AJ, you and I have to talk about that.
Yeah.
Jeannie and I are going to be going up to Jacksonville and working some problems out over there. And so we'd like to see you when we're there.
Yeah. Victor said, like I always say, don't ever give up and fight for your rights. He's absolutely, with management and, upper level people, it gets hard. And we know that. Try not to fight back. Try to just be calm about it. We know, some of these people put you guys into mental health issues, and it's hard, but try to just be calm. Reach out to us or any of our offices, and we are willing to help and listen to you. We are trying to work on mental health stuff. It's not easy. And so
it's not easy, and yeah. we'll leave it at that because I don't want everybody to say, "Oh, Federal Injury Centers does mental health."
No, we don't.
A couple offices do,
yeah,
but we're going to leave it there. But Victor, you're right, man. He's right. I'll leave it there. He's right.
So Diane said, so they will have to find a job within your restrictions.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. The CA-17 duty status report filled out and signed by your doctor. Those are your restrictions.
So here's the funny thing. So this thing that we're streamed it to my Facebook page because for some reason Facebook said I can't post anything till 3:12 p.m. tomorrow because I've been posting too many snow pictures. She's
trying way too hard to help.
Right. Hello. And so.
Wait, do the hand thing again.
Hello?
Yeah.
Okay. And so we are not seeing these questions, so I'm having to toggle back and forth. Kim said, I can't believe you do all this for nothing. Totally amazing. Nice to have people who truly care.
Yeah. So let's be very clear. I like to be totally honest. I think it's important that you understand our Federal Injury Centers is a franchise. If you go to a doctor and the doctor does a good job and get your claim accepted and the doctor gets paid for medically necessary services that were pre-approved by OWCP, then as any franchise, including McDonald's, we receive a royalty
Right.
that is split between everybody in our company. Okay. So it's not that we don't get paid.
Right.
It's that we're happy to do stuff for free.
Yeah.
We're happy. So we've been doing free stuff forever. We've been doing this free show since 2016. You don't have to go to federal injury centers to come here and get help.
No, you don't.
In fact, you can go to federal injury centers and get a claim approved and go someplace else for therapy. I don't recommend it. I don't recommend it because CA-17s and CA-20s and disability narratives, your PT is not going to know what to do with that. But you can. Like, we give you opportunities to get better without hassle. Do we get paid? Of course we get paid.
Oh, she said, yep, that's great.
But we don't get paid by you.
Yeah.
That's not how it works. We want it to be free to you. You go to a federal injury center's office and it's free. Nobody will ever take $1 from you. That's against our rules. If any of our offices took $1, we quit. We'd kick them out.
Yeah.
They're not allowed to take your money. Your tax dollars pay for your injury care from your federal agency.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
She also asked, if I retire, can I still get work comp? That's a great question because a lot of people get this mixed up.
Yes, you can have work comp to the rest of your life.
As long
as
you
it was
file.
already approved.
Yeah, that's one. But as long as you file before you retire.
Right. I've never
Please do
seen
that.
anybody file an injury claim after retirement and have it approved.
Right.
I think if anybody could do it, I could. But I've been able to teach you to get it done before retirement. So that's why it's really not an issue.
All right, let's see.
If I received a schedule award, is OWCP exempt from paying for time lost? No.
Melissa Dabbs. Hi, I was injured in 2018 when I was a CCA. I never fully went back to work. I've been on and off because of my injury restrictions, currently working 4 hours because work can't accommodate me with 8. Restrictions are 4 hours standing, 4 hours sitting. I'm still getting paid CCA pay even though I converted in 2019. I've been told since I got hurt as a CCA and never went back without restrictions that this is how it works. Pay is as CCA pay in 2023. Is this just how it is?
It is. You got to get back to work full duty ASAP.
Sorry.
Which means, and not sorry. I mean, you want to go back, right? Nobody wants to be disabled.
Right. Well,
so get back to work ASAP. Talk to your doctor. What can I do? How do I get back full duty? What other things can you do to help me? Don't be a passive participant in this thing. Kick your doctor in the butt and make him go.
Samira Marie said, is it possible to get depression added to an approved case? How do we prove it's because of our injury?
Yes, it's possible. And how you prove it depends on the doctor. It's got to be a psychiatrist or psychologist who can write up a great narrative report explaining it.
Yeah. Nisa Snow.
I love that name.
I want your last name. Why can it be Sarojini Snow?
Because Helms sucks.
Right. She said, it's a beautiful name.
Helms doesn't suck.
No, it doesn't.
Sorry, Dad.
She said, if I receive the schedule award, OWCP exempt from paying for lost 049 LWAP?
I just read that a minute ago. You can still get your LWAP.
Okay. Stop reading the questions before.
I can
Stop
see them.
looking at them.
Let me take my glasses off. Now I can't see them.
Yeah, you can definitely see. Victor said, the good thing about FIC is they are not a union, but they love to help union members. That's what up. Yeah. Neither one of us has ever been a federal employee. We've never worked for a federal agency either.
And I've never been a member of a union, although this is not just like butt kissing. I love unions. I love having somebody in your corner to fight for you. I think it's awesome. The only person I have in my corner to fight for me is her, and God help you.
And no, I forgot what I was going to say, but I guess it doesn't matter. Oh yeah, we always ask AFGE if we could be members. Like every
Can
time
we be
we
honorary members?
honorary members.
And by the way,
we will.
any of you, I would gladly accept the honorary member position.
We'll help you guys.
I'll even be an honorary steward.
Yeah.
Or president.
Crystal said, I have the same question in regards to PTSD from my accident.
Yeah, all these mental health issues can be covered if they are legit. And I'm not saying they're not, but that's how OWCP looks at it. And as long as they're written up by a qualified mental health professional, aka psychologist, psychiatrist.
Yeah. AJ said, when is a schedule award in order?
When your doctor says you're at maximum medical improvement.
MMI.
That's it. That's when it's in order.
Yeah. And so,
But then you can collect it anytime in your life between now and death. But before death, if you wait till death, you can't collect it. I'm
Alicia,
gonna close that door. It's cold.
yeah, is it open? All right. Alicia, see, he's cold and I'm not.
That's my ski suit, folks.
Oh, Victor, you can.
Yeah, you all gotta look good.
Look at this.
What?
You can be a part of AFGE union. I can help you with that. Oh,
Victor's not part of AFGE. How does he know?
Victor knows a lot, but
He's not part of AFGE.
no, I believe him.
Okay.
All right. Alicia said, can you circle back on the question regarding schedule awards for cases that are closed? Do you have to reopen the case to get a schedule award on a
No.
case that is closed?
No. No, it just had to be approved at some point.
AJ said, does that mean MMI and not able to work?
Okay, you can be at maximum medical improvement, MMI, and not be able to work. Like, imagine you're somebody with like such a terrible disability, you can't work, but also the doctor said, but this is as good as it's going to get, right? So yes.
Let's see what else. Miss Snow, okay, thanks. I received a letter from OWCP stating because my 049 time claimed was within the time included in schedule award, I am not entitled to payment. What?
Okay, so
Huh? I don't know.
needs to do us a favor. Send us a private message. We're going to connect you with Eric Blowers, our other friend who's an schedule award expert, because everything you just said that was said to you sounds to me like total BS. But because I'm not the local schedule award expert, we're going to hook you up with who is.
Yeah.
And it won't cost you anything to have a phone call to ask that question.
Victor said, because I know a lot of AFGE union members.
Well, of course he does.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to be an honorary member of APW too, so make that happen.
Yeah, make that happen.
Stop playing, Victor.
Let me see if there's any other questions on the other. What does that say? Can you read that while I?
No, they're replying to somebody else about
okay.
PTSD. It's
Let's see.
South Carolina.
Oh, okay. Told you guys I have to toggle back and forth.
So the Greenville, South Carolina office is one of the 2 or 3 offices we have that are good at mental health claims. So that's okay. Go ahead and do what she's telling you to do.
Yeah. Kim Van Orman said, I never paid a dime. She hasn't, because we don't charge anything.
Never.
She said, will I still get paid by comp?
When you're accepted, you can be paid when it's proven that you deserve to be paid, like that you're owed it. The answer is yes, but it's not automatic. You have to do some things.
She said, I'm so ready to be done with this, but I have a lot of money coming to me if I'm separated for 30 days. I'm 100% disabled now.
Yeah. Send us a private message. We're going to hook you up and get you the help you need. AJ said, I'll call you guys tomorrow. Got to go. Smoochies.
Smoochies.
Back at you.
Yeah.
Tell Brian I said hi.
Yeah, tell Brian we said hi. And Daniel. All right, let's see.
We've gone long tonight.
Yeah, just trying to. Okay.
See, that's what we do. Like, you got questions, we just keep going. But at some point, we got to cut it off because I get hungry.
Todd said, for the CCA person stuck on CCA pay, is it different for career regulars with USPS going back to work with restrictions? Does everyone stay at their pay rate at the time they were injured until they go to full-time without restrictions? If so, when they fully cleared to work without restrictions, do they go to the pay scale they would be at if they hadn't missed any time?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. You just got quiet. I wondered what happened.
Read it again. I had 8 other messages coming at me at the same time.
Stop reading the other messages.
I was trying to just read ahead so I had the answers in advance. So for the CCA person stuck on CCA pay, is it different for the career?
Thank you, AJ.
For the career regulars with USPS going back to work with restrictions, does everyone stay at their pay rate at the time they were injured until they go to full-time without restrictions? Yes is the answer to that. That's the answer.
And then, did you read the whole thing?
That's the answer.
Okay. Samira Marie said, will OWCP cover costs for massage and also hot tubs if a doctor says they will help control pain?
If the claims examiner pre-approves it, yes. But when the doctor does massage in their office, they have to get that pre-approved as well.
AJ said, Brian said hi. I'll let Daniel know.
What up, Brian? What up, Daniel?
Oh, Carly, thank you for putting that link there.
And there's a girl named Cindy here who asked about a schedule award on carpal tunnel syndrome. You may not be seeing it there because it comes from multiple pages, but there was a 3% award. And if I get another award on my shoulder where they subtract 3%, the bottom line is impairment ratings and schedule awards are by body part. So this whole arm is a body part, including your hand, right? And so will they subtract the 3% from your carpal tunnel when they give you the rest for your shoulder? That's not how I'd look at it. I'd look at it like this. I already got 3% for my hand, and they're going to give me more also for my shoulder. That's how it works.
I'm just checking another page. Keep chit-chatting. I have to scroll through all these.
So
to get to the page.
you'd be shocked, out of the 14,560 some people that follow us and all the other people that come on here and don't follow, hit the follow button. People, please. Thank you so much. We get a lot of messages and we like to help. So just like be patient with us.
Oh, I see Cindy's thing because she did it through breaking OWCP.
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's see any more questions here.
How do I get a schedule award completed from 2007? The doctor no longer accepts OWCP. Find another doctor.
I mean, it sounds like we're just being.
But that's the answer. I mean,
But that is the answer.
that doctor doesn't have to do it, but you need it. So find somebody else. And we're happy to help with that, but find somebody else. You got to Google it. Schedule OWCP schedule award doctor, city and state. OWCP schedule award doctor, city and state. That's how you Google.
DeWanda Brown, where do I send a message? Okay, so after the chat is done, just like your regular Facebook Messenger, we have one too for Wednesday night chats. Or if you're friends with me, you could just send it to the Sarojini Helms or Chris Helms Messenger and we'll answer questions there. Kathy said, hello guys, how do I get a schedule award completed from 2007?
I just answered that one. Sorry.
Okay. Please.
Find another doctor.
Yeah. Oh, that's what you meant.
OWCP schedule award doctor, city and state. That's Google.
Victor said, follow, and follow.
So you're not going to see this. It's YouTube. It says you're supposed to get pay increases such as COLA, correct? Yes, you get pay increases when it's like a system-wide increase. Otherwise, you got to be back at work.
Samara Marie said, I had surgery in my shoulder years ago. It doesn't bother me anymore, but people are telling me I'm still qualified for a schedule award just because I had surgery. Is this true?
No, you're qualified for a schedule award because you had an approved claim to your shoulder. That's why. Surgery doesn't, you had an approved claim. That's why you're qualified.
Right. And remember with the schedule award, I hate to say this, you can get a schedule award till the day you die.
Yep.
I mean, that's just it.
All right. So that's all the questions. It's been an hour and 17 minutes, so we're done.
Yeah.
But listen, we really love doing this. Tell all your friends we're going to be back next week doing it again, and probably the week after that, and many, many more weeks after that, as we have since 2016. We really want to have you tell other people to come here so they get the help that you're getting. And we really need that. Your friends need the help. Imagine how you'd be if you needed this and we weren't here to help you. Your friends need that too. So share. You know, we say that and people are like, oh, share. Seriously, the reason you share is because other people don't know this help is here.
Yeah.
You have a responsibility to tell people that the help is here and we're here. So we want to help. We're so happy you're here. But bring your friends too. As you know, it didn't cost you a dime to come. It won't cost them a dime either. Just bring them on because federal employees have a right to get help.
Donna Hartman, please message me. Let me take care of this immediately. Okay. So private message me and I will make sure somebody calls you tomorrow.
Yeah. And look, nobody's perfect. And that's not an excuse at all because I don't make excuses, but we will find solutions.
Thank you guys for hopping on tonight. And again.
Oh, Alicia, you're wonderful too.
Yeah, she is. Don't forget, last week on our chats, we went over all the CA forms, the ones that you really need at the time of your injury. So go back and take a look at that video. And somebody said to look at Carly's message.
Yeah, we'll go, Victor said, we'll go look at Carly's message.
I didn't see anything, but yes.
Maria, you're welcome. Nice to see you.
Yeah, so guys, thank you for hopping on tonight. Don't forget to share, like, follow, subscribe. If you have friends that don't have social media, tell them they can hop on YouTube for free.
Yep.
And Donald Hartman. No. Okay.
It's okay.
All right. We will see you guys again next Wednesday. Bye, everyone.